There we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a bonus episode. I know I'm not usually live on Saturdays, but I thought, as we are just one episode away from completing Forgotten City, it just didn't make sense to sort of start next week's story-based games with Forgotten City again, because we just have to change halfway through, and I hate doing that. But I hope you are enjoying if you're in the UK. Some very lovely weather. I was enjoying it earlier, that's why it's a bit later than I was going to go live. Sunbathed a little bit, but I thought, come up here, get it done, get out the sun for a little bit, and then I'll go back out once we're done. It shouldn't take too long, probably a shorter stream today, because we've got 3 endings to experience. Because we kind of stumbled across the ending last time. It was a complete accident. I was like, this is not what I wanted to do. So we're going to go back and do everything. I've set up off stream a perfect day and completed loads of other achievements on other profiles, so that when we come to it, we get it here. Jen, oh my god, hi! You've just come in at the start of the stream. Thank you so much for raiding. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were live. Let me do a shout out. It's probably easier. No, this is easier. Thank you. Welcome in. There we go. That should work. There we go. My bot's doing well. Lovely. That should work. If the app shouldn't take you. How are you guys? How was your stream? ESO. Which region were you in ESO? Are you Ebonheart Pact, Aldemary Dominion, or Daggerfall Covenant? These are all the important questions that I need to know the answer to. Because I used to be Ebonheart Pact, or I still am Ebonheart Pact, with my character. Nightblade, Ebonheart Nightblade. Put about 300 to 400 hours into ESO, I think. Last time I checked. Long time. But it's a great game. A lot of fun. Doing a series of it, actually, on my YouTube, but... What were you doing in ESO? Were you questing, bossing, PvPing? Tell me. And how is the weather over there? Is it nice and sunny like it is here? Or there we go, all the questions, and I'm sure they'll filter through. If I look over here, it's because I'm looking at my chat. But to anyone who's in James streamed, I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Twisted Echo. I'm a variety streamer, and right now I'm playing a game called The Forgotten City, which is quite different from the Elder Scrolls Online. But it did start out as a Skyrim mod, so the developers then took it forward and made a whole game out of it, which I thought was really cool. We're on the last episode of it. It's quite there's going to be a lot of spoilers for like the entirety of the game, so if you've ever thought about playing it yourself, there is spoilers ahead, just in case you wanted to play it yourself. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. No, I think that's everything. We'll swap over to overlay so I can introduce you to the world a little bit, because I can see my game starting to die. Oh, there we go. Everything's working, mic's working. Cool. So, welcome to the Forgotten City. I'll go up here so that we can have a look. Hello, I've talked to you, right? So I've spent my time talking to everyone I can, getting them all to know who we are.
What you did was...
Nothing. I'm glad you think I'm extraordinary. And if we come up here... Cool, so we can go in there and get the proper ending. But... First I am going to check... No worries. It's always like that when you finish your stream. I'm always the same. It takes me like 3 minutes. No, completely okay. If anyone, I think everyone came in with your stream, but if they did not, please go check out Jen. She does.
It's you again.
All right, screw you.
No, but
all right. Bye, Lulia. But the point of this game is you're trying to work out who's breaking the golden rule. We worked out a lot of things last episode. We worked out that actually the person who's breaking the golden rule is the person who hired us to do it in the first place, because he wants to keep reliving the same day over and over. We talked to you, right?
Ave again. Certain.
Okay, cool. And now we're trying to escape, because this place is the... Oh, I forgot that. I found out that you can do filters, which is kind of cool. But I need to go back to normal. Hey, Dooley.
Hello? Hello? My name...
Story. Okay, so we've talked to Dooley. Good. I'm just trying to talk to everyone so that in the ending, which I won't spoil for people who haven't seen it.
Salve.
Hello.
Salve.
It's good if you've talked to people and they know who you are, because sometimes,
All right, friend.
because this game, so in this game, if you break the golden rule, which includes murder, stealing, doing all this sort of stuff, you have to restart the day again. You time loop through. You keep all the information and items that you have, but you just go back to the start of the day. It's a bit Groundhog Day-ish.
Salve.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Okay, cool. We talked to him.
Nice to talk.
So, what was I going to say? Yeah, and then everyone forgets that they know who you are. So you can then just go straight to the ending without talking to anyone. But then, technically, they don't know who you are. Well, everyone's saying you're back, so that's good. And I guess this is good for people to see everyone. Let's see. Where's Decius? Should be a shopkeeper here. I have no idea where he is. Maybe did I miss him in here? No. Guess not. Okay. Well, I think Decius knows who I am. If not, oh well. Pretty sure.
A golden bow.
Yeah.
That
So everyone's thanking me for everything. And you can also, as a handy feature, you can get
Don't believe
one of the
word.
dudes. Okay, he's saying shalom.
Galarius.
You can get.
All right, friend.
Thank you for redeeming first, Nathan. How are you? You can get them to what's it called? You can go through and do all the previous activities that you need to get done to get the day done properly. I've talked to you, right? Yes. Rufus.
No, I'm...
Okay, cool. So I needed to. Oh, there he is.
Hello. You mean...
Okay, we'll listen to it. Get through. Chose the girl. You did not
Were
choose
you
the girl.
listening? All my value... I mean,
Guys,
so I
don't keep
put me
ringing
in...
me.
And in what...
I think I see where it's
I'll
going.
leave.
So he dived in after the money. So like,
I couldn't agree. Look around.
oh, we're going
Very
now.
well.
Cool. And Aurelia, I don't think it matters too
Beautiful.
much. Hello.
back again.
Okay, no, we have.
Alright.
Cool. Everyone knows who we are. Yeah, I'm gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Lovely. Let's do this. So we're gonna start with the two non-canon endings and then end with the canon one. So, non-canon ending is there is a woman trapped in the cistern, the magistrate's daughter or adopted daughter, and we need to unleash her and kill
Be
Sentius.
careful who you trust.
I don't trust anyone. This city is filled with liars. There you go, left. Okay, down here. Okay. It's also worth because I don't know if I've talked to her in this. Wow. Okay. It says Scintilla, not stranger, so we're gonna save. Save.
You're back.
I'm letting you go. Let's get out of together.
Thank you. Now follow. Wait. Did you hear that? He's here. He must be. You distract him. Stay
Okay.
right here and
I
keep
will
talking
distract.
while I look for something I can
Most
use.
importantly, we distract. We attack. There he is, the bastard. So he locked up his own daughter. He's pretty sick, and we get to kill this motherfucker.
What did you do with Scintilla? Where is she?
You're human garbage. You know that?
So that is how it's going to be. Oh well, this doesn't change anything for me. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What
There
are
she
you
is.
going to do about it?
I told you I was going to break
Do
you.
you really think you could take on a Decurion with that flimsy little bow?
I probably could. But I'm gonna let her have this one. Go on.
Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
Oh, shit.
The many shall suffer
I have this
for the
key.
sins
I
of
can
the
open the gate.
one.
Come on, we have to go. Hey, what's
Sorry.
happening to you?
You created a time
Right,
paradox.
it-
That was a satisfying death.
Right.
And back through time we go. Ah, made it. Ah, hey Al. He's the dude we went in to find, so
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright.
very classic American.
Glad I was in here alone.
Oh, and it's worth mentioning,
I'm
we're all
Al.
dead. So, Al Worth, I came in here to find
Well,
you.
here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I'm Echo, and I was hoping you'd know who I
Funny
am.
you should ask. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying.
Let's
My Latin
see
is
what they
kinda
say
rusty.
about me.
But the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina.
That was definitely me.
Freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her captor, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive, hunting down everyone in the city and turning them into gold. Apparently, the only
That is
person
what
to
happened.
survive was Scintilla, while the stranger disappeared in a flash of
I
light.
teleported away. Actually, it was me.
What? You're saying you were here 2,000
I was
years
indeed.
ago?
Oh yeah, this city is also buried in the past,
not sure I
in the time of the
understand.
Romans and the Greeks. When I first arrived here in present day, I found it corpse.
I'm sorry, come again?
I still have the suicide note you carved in this tablet
let
here.
me see that. God, why does this writing look so
This is
familiar?
yours, buddy.
I've spent a lifetime in this place going around and around in circles. This is disturbing.
I
I don't
altered your
understand how I could
past.
have written it.
It was written by a different version of you. I changed the past and your fate.
I'm not following.
I helped until I killed the man who opened the time portal and drew you back in time, preventing it from ever happening.
So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead,
Yep.
he never created a time portal, so I never went through
Yep.
it, and that's why I don't remember any
You're
of
getting
this.
it. You're on the money.
I guess you saved my life then, as well as helping that poor woman to escape. That's a lot to take in.
Enough talk. How about we get out of this place?
Maybe we can escape through the same aqueduct Scintilla used, if we can find
It's
it.
right behind us. It's right here in the system. Follow me. Awesome. This way. Sorry. Hold on. This way. Awesome.
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make
Good idea.
you go on ahead.
Hi, Al. Go talk to Charon, who is the ferryman, or the person responsible for ferrying us into the afterlife. Let's find out how. Well, we've seen how we die. Hello.
You're back. But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find Al?
Nope. He'll be here in a second.
What a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there. Why don't you tell me what you discovered?
I discovered you're not who you said you were. I remember meeting you 2,000 years ago.
Ah, I see. I thought you might.
So this is what I mean.
Well,
She is not a nice person.
Now you know. I suppose you have questions.
Who are you, really?
You can just call me Charon, if you like. I am sorry I was not completely honest with you when we first
Ah,
met.
that's all right. No
I do
one
not
ever
enjoy
was.
deceiving people. Believe me, I do not. But I have learned, from 5,000 years of experience, that most people find comfort in familiarity, in gradual change, and coming to see the truth in their own time.
What truth is that?
That you died, of course.
Shit.
You
Yeah.
were dead when I brought you here. My role, as the servant of the god of the underworld, has always been to assist the chosen to cross the threshold from the land of the living to the land of the dead.
How did I die?
Usually, when people do not remember how they died, it is because they suffered a terrible trauma.
Trauma
Most souls would
schmorma.
rather not remember. Ask yourself honestly, do you really want to know?
Interesting question. I think I would want to know how I died. Would you rather know when you died or how you died? Because I think for me it would definitely be how? When? When? Because then you can plot out your time. If you know how, you're going to be scared of every single one of that thing. Like, what if it's a car crash? Every time you get in the car, you're going to be super scared. Guess I want to know.
As you wish. You were murdered.
Oh shit.
You were exploring an old tomb when you discovered a cache of forgotten relics, including 2 silver coins.
So
of
they
ancient
were
origin.
coins of the god of the underworld, who he gave out
As you
1,000,
emerged into
and
daylight,
if you carry one, you are
were
selected
set
to go to the
upon by
Forgotten
2
City.
thieves. A nearby hiker saw the scuffle break out and leapt to your aid.
So
trying
that
to
that
help you
hiker's
recover your
Al,
bounty.
I believe.
You both fought bravely, but your assailants were armed, and you were not. There was nothing you or your ally could have done.
Oh,
He died instantly at the scene, and you followed a few hours later.
that's sad.
That man's name was Al Worth.
What a legend.
You were each in possession of
There
a
you go.
sacred coin, called Charon's Opal by some.
So at the start of the
And
game,
so
she
it
says
was
her
my
name is
duty
Karen,
to bring you
like, you know,
here.
the meme Karen. But obviously it's actually Charon.
It means I am now bereft of purpose.
Oh,
There is nobody else to ferry here. Nobody to keep you company. After 5,000 years,
I wonder what happens to those
The
who aren't
underworld
chosen.
is
I'm
finally
interested
run
that
its
this game
course.
didn't cover that. What's so special about those coins? We've heard all that. Can you return to
I
life?
see no point in keeping you here. But I have to
Yay, you
ask
get to live
one
again.
thing, that you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Al!
On it.
It's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there.
Hey, Al.
You wouldn't believe what we found.
What a cute little
The
moment.
ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an event 2,000 years ago.
2,000.
Supposedly, the city was destroyed when a woman murdered a tyrant with the help of, well,
Me.
my new friend here. I know how crazy that sounds.
Maybe not that crazy. That woman. I don't suppose her name was Scintilla?
It was.
How could you... What?
She left a tablet of her own. I stumbled across it while I was waiting
Interesting. What did it say?
here. I think she meant for you to read it. Here, take a look.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this, but I want you to know that I will never forget you, or what you did for me. It pains me that
Aw.
so many dear friends were not so fortunate. Ulpius, Cynthia, Lucretia, Horatius, Galerius, poor Dooley, and the others. But please understand,
Aw.
their blood is on my hands, not yours. I will live with the consequences of my actions,
At least she.
and all I can do is move forward, trying to show others the same compassion you showed me. I promise you that saving my life will not be for nothing. Scintilla.
Aw.
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. I'd love to hear your story,
Like
but
we're just raining,
first,
but concentration. No
you two look
problem. I
exhausted.
know. I feel that.
why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
I
And
agree.
you? Are you ready to go home?
Let's go. Ferry us home. How many might have survived if... well, we got the achievement. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. Hope your other stream stuff doesn't go too out if you've confronted the god of the underworld. That is for later. Next, I will go through all of the credits and stuff at the end as I always do and give my thoughts on the game, but I'll wait until we reach the last ending just to make sure that, you know, everything's covered, because otherwise we'll be sitting through here and it just makes sense video wise. Okay. Okay. Next is a bit of a longer process.
You're back.
What if I round up everyone? Sorry, but if I let you go. Too dangerous, let me see if I can persuade something.
It's no.
Right,
You're me.
okay. So now, that is the save that we're going to be loading back to, but we need to loop the game and go speak to good old Galerius. Okay.
Salve.
Trying to think what's the best way to break the golden rule. And it is murdering someone, because you don't get to do that very often, but I'm trying to think who. Who haven't I killed who's a bit of a piece of shit? I don't actually think I've ever killed Aurelia. No, I have. I haven't killed Malleolus. He is going to be my victim. Or Domitius. No, I've definitely killed Domitius. So we're going to go get Malleolus. He's a bit of a dickhead. Bye. That's fine. Run.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Let's go, Sentius. You asshole. I wonder what happens if he dies to the Golden Archers. Probably can't, but... Come on, Sentius, let's go. Yeesh. Brutal. Okay. Got to Galerius. Hello.
Salve.
Golden rule is going to be broken. I need you to quietly get everyone except Sentius ready to run into the up system.
What? That's a big... I doubt I'll be...
Okay, let's see what he does. Kind of interested to see what he decides.
You, Tantalus, cannot catch the.
So you could have talked to that, but then Aurelia probably have told Sentius. See what he says. Okay. Well, I've set him on that. So I'm gonna go do it. See if I need to wait a little bit. I can't bother because he kind of just glitches and stands there for a little bit. I hope some people survive. Come on, let me in. Tilla, hello.
You.
I'm echoing nobody sent me. I know we've had this conversation. I've told Galerius to lead everyone here, and when the Golden Bruce they can.
How did you know?
There we go.
Did you hear that? He's here. He must be coming in through the door behind me.
Yeah.
You distract him. stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
Okay, so it worked.
What did you do with Scintilla? Where is she?
As if I'd tell you.
So that is how it's going to be.
Yeah,
so
skip.
You discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
So you asked me to figure out who's going, knowing I would fail every time.
Of course. There's no way you could have succeeded. Man will always sin sooner or later. Any idiot could tell you this. But where others might see tragedy, I saw, as I told you the first time, by reliving the same day over and over again forever. And I will continue living long after your dust.
He's a real piece of shit. You're going to die a painful
Do
death.
you really think you can take on it?
I probably could.
Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
This is a satisfying death.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Come on, we have to go. The others should be right behind us. Hey.
Okay, cool. So the others are
what's happening to
around.
you? That light, it's so bright.
Okay, cool. Right. See what happens this time. Yeah, we're gonna skip through the dialogue that we've heard before. Hello.
Well.
Fun.
I was just reading an old tablet. It described an event about 2000.
Yeah,
freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive. Apparently, Scintilla and a handful of other citizens managed to escape.
And a handful of others.
The stranger
Nice.
disappeared in a flash of light.
Actually, that was me. My first one, yeah.
God, I've spent this. I.
Helps until it.
So you're saying?
There you go. Yeah, now you're getting it. No talk
maybe
about we need this place. It's right in the system. Follow me. Awesome. I wonder who survived. Hopefully Equitia. I don't have my gun. Good idea. Yeah, let's go speak to Karen. And this should be the last achievement that I've received. And I'm not going to reveal all the other achievements because it's, if you play it, there's still some fun for you to unlock.
You're back.
I did find out.
Why don't you tell me?
I discovered the ruins.
Really? Ow!
Kind of lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city.
Yeah.
And there was a tablet describing an event 2,000 years ago. Supposedly, the city was destroyed when a woman murdered a tyrant with the help of, well, my new friend here. I know how crazy that sounds.
Maybe not that crazy. That one.
Yeah.
How could you?
She left a tablet of. I think. Here, take a look.
Read this. Let's hope. See who survived.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this. But Octavia, Lucretia, Horatius, Equitia, and I will never forget you, or what you did for us. It pains us that so many of our dear friends were not so fortunate, including Ulpius and Galerius, who heroically tried to rescue Dooley, but never made it back.
Oh
There is
no!
no point dwelling on what might have been. All we can do is take this gift you've given us and try to show others the same compassion you showed us. We promise you that saving our lives was not for nothing. Scintilla et al.
Oh.
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. You two look.
Sounds good to me.
And you?
I'm ready. Damn it. Galerius didn't live. There we go. And the final achievement there. But we saved some folks, so... Lovely, let's go end this properly. I know, I keep skipping the credits, but I will come back to you, Nick. I will come back to you, Alexander. and John. Awesome. Right, we will load. Echo. That one. Okay, cool.
You're back.
Sorry,
What?
but it's...
You're...
Okay, cool. Right, now we can end this the way that it should be.
I hope you're coping.
Goodbye, Forgotten City. It has been an absolute pleasure. I will see you again. Let's go. Pluto. And it's Hades, then Osiris, then... I don't remember his name, what is it? Nurgle. Hades. And Nurgle. Lovely. It just looks so awesome being in space and stuff. Another proper look around, but I love it. Lovely. Right.
And here you allow me to introduce.
Yep.
No, but the and what?
Right, we are going to just use this.
Good.
Oh,
and now it is
shit.
only it is when I
Okay,
count.
never mind. I was sure. So can you tell me? Shit, we're gonna have to talk about this.
If you so.
Okay.
That is.
That one.
Let
That
me.
one.
Do you?
No.
Of course not. My love.
What would you think should
In which?
Fine.
Because that-
technology. Belly.
My kin.
Said.
Make your. Let me.
So we've done all this in the last game.
If
in
you
the
are
last episode.
right, then it. How can
Your human. Take. What humans?
you have but that? Perhaps.
Part of my
It's
love.
I've been in time, but my who knew this is. But
We just want to return the world.
I will have.
Why?
Once the what will become now.
I'm ready.
Farewell.
Goodbye. Cool. We have chatted our way through that. Okay. Hopefully, everyone knows stuff about us now.
Oh. Hi there.
How worth I came.
Well,
Back, I was hoping you
know who you are. Oh, to that lady in the forest? I'm fairly certain you and I are the fortunate.
Yeah.
Apparently, there was a community of 20s. They believed that if even one person sinned, then, one day, just an oracle appeared, and saving the life, preventing the suicide of freeing a falsely accused prisoner, foiling an assassination attempt,
Who's the
and so
falsely
on.
accused prisoner?
Meanwhile, the oracle walked
Dooley.
up to the temple of the mysterious god, this one right here, and demanded an audience. And the doors just opened up to her. Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been
Who's the
more
prisoner?
persuasive than Odysseus. Because the next thing he knew, unfortunately, Galerius' account, what became, and did the...
Actually, that was me.
Anyway.
I'm right behind you. Lovely. Good idea. Lovely, so we'll keep going. And our last few steps in this forgotten, ruined land. I know where that owl got a hammer from. Hey, Karen.
You're back.
I found him. He'll be here in a moment.
What a relief. Thank you. Why do...
Discover
Ah,
you remember me.
I see.
He goes.
I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions.
Who are you?
You
really?
can just call me Charon if you
Yeah,
want.
we can skip all this. We've heard of this. Die. Don't know. Take a coin to you. What's so special about this coin?
I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al
well
now.
saved.
Al! It's...
Kind of like... And there was a...
Sounds like... You two look...
Sounds good.
And you?
Alright, let's go. Hopefully everyone will remember us 1 year later.
Hey, you made it. It's great to see you again.
It's great to see you too,
I read your
Al.
book, and what the critics said about it. I guess they weren't ready for your theories about the underworld. Anyway, after everything you've been through, I thought you might appreciate some good news.
Oh yeah?
So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people mentioned in Galerius' tablet, and I found something strange. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you, I just really wanted you to see this for yourself. Why don't you head on down there? I'll catch up with you at the other end.
Okay. There they are. My friends. Galerius.
You're finally here. Remember me?
Galerius, what are you doing?
It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Charon appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only, for some reason, she returned us to your world instead of ours.
Good.
Anyway, I know we only ever had that one
Aw,
conversation,
it
and I
didn't
wasn't
change.
even sure if you'd remember me, but I wanted to say thanks.
What are you doing, Lisa?
Oh, I used Charon's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too, with enough room for Dooley, of
Aw,
course.
nice.
It's hard work, but I sleep soundly every night.
I was hoping he'd be like,
Finally my own man.
because he knew that I was a
wouldn't
time
change it
traveler
for
in
the
that
world.
save. You're with Equity now?
I know. I can't believe my luck either. But we're engaged and living together. We're planning to get married next spring. If you're going to be around, we'd love to see you there.
Absolutely, count me in. We'll see you
Of
again,
course,
boys.
there's a whole museum full of people waiting for a chance to thank you. So you better keep moving. We'll speak again soon, my friend.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Equity.
You're here. It's so wonderful to see you again.
Oh, she knew. Good to see you too, Equity.
So, you're the hero who somehow vanquished the last of the Roman gods. As I'm a priestess,
There she
you
is.
realize you've put me out of work. I'm just teasing. Actually, and it still feels a little sacrilegious to say this, I'm finding life after religion quite enjoyable.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
Galerius and I are engaged and expecting. We've just bought a
No.
lovely villa in the countryside with room for a large family. And Dooley too, of course. It feels like the world has just opened up for us. There's so much to learn, and so many more possibilities
This must
for
be
our children
it must
than we
but
ever
the
imagined.
only thing is
We're just so
they said they're
thankful for
speaking
what you
Latin in
did
the
for
game,
us.
so they've all had to learn English in a year. Unless they're all speaking Latin. That's true. How's Livia?
Oh, it's sweet of you to ask. She recovered nicely. In fact, she's here somewhere, if you'd like to ask her yourself.
I'll do that. It was good to see you again, Equity.
See you at the wedding, I hope.
Sure. Hey, Dooley.
Hello. I'm Dooley.
I remember you, Dooley.
Galerius said you're very nice and a big helper.
I am a big
Thank
helper.
you for getting us out of the bad place. I didn't like it.
No one did, Dooley. What are you doing with yourself these
I
days?
live at Galerius and Equitia's
Aw,
house.
she said it properly.
They look after me now and help me remember when I forget things.
I love Dooley.
Like brushing my teeth.
Stan Dooley. Sorry you never found your treasure.
Oh, I forgot about that. I like my box now. Galerius got me a box.
Xbox. He's an Xbox kid. Let's hop on some Call of Duty, man.
Favorite thing.
Story boxes are great, aren't they?
Yeah, they're fun.
Oh, it was good to see you again,
Bye-bye.
Dooley. Bye, Dooley. Oh. Julia?
You're here. It's so good to see you again. How are you?
Ah, so they do recognise you. That's nice. I'm alright,
I
thanks,
wanted
Julie.
to come here and thank you again for saving my life.
Of course.
And of course, getting me and all of us out of a terrible situation.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
Oh, I barely recognize myself. I'm living in a house share in London with my wonderful
Aww.
girlfriend. And I'm
And
studying
London,
English
good choice.
at university. Eventually, I want to travel the world and write about it. Turns out, it's about 30 times bigger than the Roman Empire ever was. Did you know there are entire continents Rome never knew existed? And you can travel almost anywhere in an aircraft, which is
Yeah,
rather like flying
plane.
on a Pegasus, but much more comfortable.
Have you ever flown on a Pegasus?
Sorry, you already know all that, of course. I'm just so excited.
Oh,
There's so
this
much to
is
see
the
and
one of
learn
the
and
most.
write
She
about.
tried to commit suicide, so the fact that she's so happy is great.
I have noticed people from your time have no idea how fortunate they are. I hope to change that. One day.
Whatever happened to Malleolus and
Last I
Claudia?
heard, Malleolus kept insisting he was the last rightful ruler of the Roman Empire, and wound up being committed to a psychiatric hospital. As for Claudia, she was always so viciously unhappy. Someone said she'd blown all her money on wine, trying to drink herself back to the underworld. After the horrific way they treated Ulpius and me, I can't help feeling a sense of... what's that German word? Schadenfreude?
I think you're allowed to feel that way.
Thank you. You're very kind.
I try my best. Whatever happened to Aurelia?
Someone told me she was boasting about getting her claws into some rich prince.
That's
and how she was
Aurelia.
going to be living the high life from now on. Even in your time, life still isn't fair. Apparently, he'd proposed before they'd even met. And last I heard, she'd bought herself a first-class one-way ticket to join him in some exotic place called... what was it? Nigeria? Some people have all the luck.
Don't worry. Something tells me she's, as the Oracle, I foresee terrible disappointment in her future.
Really? Huh. I feel better
That's so
already.
funny. So
Thank you.
Aurelia fell for a Nigerian prince scam. That's so funny. It was good to see you again,
You
Amelia.
too. If you're ever in London, let me know. We can go to bars and drink wine and listen to the stories of the 9 million people who live there.
I'll take you up
I
on
hope
that.
so.
Bye, Lilia. Oh, that was nice. Hey, Lucretia. I love that, Aurelia. That's so funny.
Long time no see.
Hey, Lucretia.
Lucy is fine. I'm making an effort to blend in, as you can see. We are all trying to keep a low profile.
Makes sense.
If the world knew we died 2,000 years ago and were suddenly brought back to life 12 months ago, they'd never leave us alone. Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you in person. I'd say the gods smile on you, but I hear you drove the last of them off. So,
What are you doing with yourself these
I'm
days?
studying to get into medical school. As much as I resented the responsibility of keeping everyone in the city alive, when it ended, I realized I missed it. So I guess I'll just keep
Ah, you're a
saving the
regular old
world,
superhero, eh,
if
Lucy?
begrudgingly, one patient at a time.
It was good to see you, Lucy.
You too. Don't be a stranger.
Oh, join Joe on Facebook.
Hey.
Get it. Hey, Horatius.
It's good to see you again.
Hi, Horatius.
I understand we have you to thank for giving us a second chance at life, and reuniting Scintilla with us as well. So, thank you.
No worry. What are you doing with yourself
I'm
these
living
days?
up north and studying in the military academy in Modena. I'm going to be an officer one day. The world's changed a lot, but some things stay the same. Would you believe we're still studying military tactics from my time?
Book of War.
Alexander the Great, Caesar, Hannibal Barca. Still, I have to keep challenging myself to let go of old ways of thinking and embrace the new. As Seneca wrote, the ones who pioneered our paths aren't our masters, but our guides.
Very fitting. I'm sorry you never got to see your girl. Whatever happened to your buddy
He's not my-
Demetrius?
Oh, I see what you did there. Good one.
I'm quite funny.
He had more trouble adapting than most. He got himself disqualified from the UFC.
The fact that he joined the
So he
UFC is
started
very
some
funny.
Kind of underground blood sport tournament, like we had in Rome. Suppose it appealed to people's baser instincts. And they say he made some good coin, killing a bunch of men like that. But his luck finally ran out, and his life along with it.
I'm not too sad about that. He was a bit of a dickhead.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
That's a shame.
Perhaps.
I'm sorry I never got to see you go again.
You remembered that. Thank you. I
Oh,
grieved
that's
for a
sad.
time.
They didn't leave all their families and that behind.
In the words of Epictetus, as those who rode behind triumphant generals remind them they are mortal, remind yourself your precious one isn't one of your possessions, but something given for now, not forever.
That's quite a nice quote. Well said.
Thanks. Oh, and I don't know if you've heard, but a few of us are going for drinks later. It'd be nice to chat with you some more.
Oh, Horatius, you sly old dog. Are you asking us out? Because sounds good. I will be there.
Right.
Good to see you again, Horatius.
See you at drinks later, I hope.
Ah. Gonna get dirty. Bye. Hey, Cynthia.
I take it you're the Oracle. Thanks
And
for
also,
coming.
if you are a man, the person who will invite you to drinks is Octavia. Good to see you again, Cynthia.
Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I didn't want to be associated with Sentius after what happened.
Don't blame you.
I'm not sure if you heard, but after you drove Pluto off, Proserpina emerged from the Great Temple.
Oh, so she lived as well.
She knew
Nice.
right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been keeping my little sister locked up in the upper cistern all that time. But he's been dealt with. He's... you know what? The important thing is, we'll never see him again.
What are you doing with yourself these
Anything
days?
I want. I'm a woman of means in a vast new world. I can go wherever and do whatever I please. Of course, I mostly just stay in my villa and have my servant Alexa summon things for me, because it's just awful out there. Barbarians everywhere.
It is. What happened to Sentius?
He's still there, all alone. The last golden statue in the underworld. Trapped in a metal shell, slowly losing his mind until the end of time. Eternal torment. Just what he deserves, if you ask me.
Agreed. He did once tell me he wanted to live forever.
Then I suppose he got his wish.
And he enjoyed the sun. Good to see you again,
You too.
Cynthia.
See you around.
Bye, Cynthia.
Evening.
Who's next? Gorgias.
Greetings, my friend. It is a sincere pleasure to see you.
I love
once
that they
again.
recognize you again. That feels probably good to see you too,
I am
Gorgias.
told we have you to thank for freeing us from Hades, and for that I am most grateful.
What are you doing with
I
yourself
am
these days?
reacquainting myself with Greece. It has changed so much over the last 2,000 years, I barely recognize it. This is at once heartbreaking and thrilling. Perhaps one day, once I have seen all of this new Greece and sampled her delights, I will settle down in Santorini in a villa overlooking the Azure Aegean Sea.
How beautiful.
I hope you will
Sounds
join
beautiful.
me there and regale me with the story of how you faced off against the fearsome god of the underworld and won.
Consider me there. It's good to see you again,
You
Gorgias.
too, my friend.
Hello.
Hello, Fabio. You're next.
You're here. It's so good to see you.
Hi, Fabio.
I wanted to say thanks for sending Galerius to save my life. I don't know how you knew, but I would have been crushed by that shrine for sure.
Is it not?
You're welcome.
I'm just so happy to be here with you and everyone together again, even if it's just for one more night.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
Well, it's not like I have to work with all the silver Charon gave me, so I just do what makes me happy. Mostly that means baking for my friends and looking at memes while binging TV shows in yoga pants. What a
That's so
time to be
Fabio.
alive.
I'm glad you're happy. It sounds like a life well spent.
It really is.
It was good to see you, Fabio.
You too.
Hello.
And here you are. It's wonderful to see you again.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Good to see you too.
Oh, and by the way, I go by Philip now. A fine, Greek name. I never thought I'd leave that cave, let alone the city. And now I'm living in the 21st century. What
I'm
a
so glad
time
that they
to be
changed
alive.
it. They didn't change it for
And it
Galerius,
seems
but
I have your Catabasis to thank for it.
do you still think Utopia's out of
Aha,
reach?
You remember that? I have to admit, I've been profoundly impressed by the advances humans have made these past 2 millennia. The sum total of human knowledge available at our fingertips, miraculous modern medicines, and a series of prosperous democracies. Your contemporaries have come further toward utopia than I ever thought possible, though there's still a way to go.
We'll get there one day.
I hope so.
What are you doing with
I'm
yourself these
working
days?
as a consultant to the Faculty of Classics at Cambridge University.
I love that there's extra
helping
things that you can
fill
talk
the
about
odd
and stuff
gap
as well.
in their knowledge. Not that I need the money, but I do love being around enlightened minds again.
It was good to see
My
you again.
sincere thanks once again.
Cheers, Philippe. Alright.
Some soiree, innit?
Hello, Decius.
We meet again, old friend.
Friend is probably too strong a word, Decius.
Oh, there's no need to be like that. Whatever happened back then was water under the bridge.
Is it?
We all did things.
You
with
trapped
all
me in a
that.
thing with
Desperate
murder
times
audits.
and all that. And listen, I wanted to express my sincere appreciation for what you did. If it wasn't for you, I'd never been able to sell all those useless old relics I accumulated. Whatever you did in that temple made me a very wealthy man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Most gracious of you.
What are you doing with yourself
I
these
took
days?
the money I made from selling my trinkets and started investing in the stock market. That's where the real money is now. In fact, I was hoping to ask your advice, you being the Oracle and Future Seer and all that, on which stocks I should invest in next. I can't decide between fossil fuels, tobacco, gambling and arms.
Oh, of course they would be
What
the
do
one
you
to go
recommend?
to. I can't really see the future, I'm afraid.
Oh, don't be like that. You can tell your old pal Dacius. I won't take no for an answer.
In that case, DVD rentals have a bright
Of
future.
course, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. I'll go home and buy up as much stock as I can tonight. I'm going to make a bloody fortune.
I'll be going
Of
now.
course, don't let me keep you. Thanks again for the tips, my friend.
Bye, Decius. You're screwed.
Good
Octavia.
evening.
You're here. It's so lovely to see you again.
I see you too, Octavia.
I'm thankful that you're here. I was sure the person who drove off the last pagan god would have more important things to do than visit the
Aw,
likes
don't
of
say
us.
that.
But thank you for coming and for saving our lives.
Aw, Octavia's
what
so nice.
you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it.
What are you doing with yourself these
I'm
days?
living in Rome again, in a charming little flat by the Tiber, not far from my old place. Oh, and I'm training to be a crisis counselor. After you sent Galerius to persuade Ulpius not to take his own life, I was inspired. I just want to spend the rest of my life helping people, like you helped him.
Sounds like a noble cause. Good on you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Good to see you again,
And
Octavia.
you.
Hey, Olivia.
We meet again.
Good to see you looking well, Olivia.
Thank you for your kind words and for liberating us all. In all the time I was
She
in
sounds
the
a lot better.
underworld, I never once imagined that I might end up in a place so much like Elysium.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
I'm recovering. Octavia was kind enough to let me stay with her for a while, at least until I'm well enough to be independent again. She still talks fondly of you.
Aw. Read any good poems lately?
Ah, you remember that. I'm a little tired of Ovid.
I love that
but
because
that's all
I
right.
missed this last time.
I
There's
have
things that you can
2,000 years
remember
worth of
if you've
poetry
had a
to catch
conversation.
up on now. I'm already up to the 19th century and am quite enjoying the work of a fellow named Poe. I think I may have found a kindred spirit. Men have called me mad, but the question is not yet settled whether madness is or is not the loftiest intelligence.
Well said. It's good to see you again, Olivia.
And you. Farewell, friend.
Aw. Mwah. Ramesh. See what he says, because I made a case of going down and talking to him.
Plundered any more tombs lately, my friend?
Hello, not recently, no. Good to see you too, Kalash.
I must say, I am ashamed of the way I acted when we first met. If I had known you would go on to confront and triumph over the tyrant masquerading as the Lord of Silence, I would never have blocked your passage.
Don't worry about it, it all worked out in the end.
You are most gracious. I too would like to offer my thanks for releasing us from that place, and for your role in bringing us here.
No worries, Kabash.
This world is truly wondrous.
What are you doing with yourself?
For a time, I returned to Alexandria, but they have no need of another fisherman, and I came to see.
I know where I've heard of Alexandria. Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I have decided to follow the custom of your youths and backpack the world. It is a great adventure, and I have met many people from many cultures. I spent the first 25 years of my life avoiding the 42 sins that would deny me access to the afterlife. Now, I think it is time I had some fun.
Sounds like you've earned it.
Indeed.
It was good to see you again,
Thank
Kabash.
you, Oracle.
Aha. I'm glad he's having a good life. Rufus?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Rufus.
I go by Rufus now.
Rufus, nice.
New start, new name. Oh, and thanks, by the way, for what you did. Sorry, I'm no good with the mushy stuff.
No worries. What are you doing with yourself?
I live with Virgil in Rotterdam, not far from where he grew up.
Ah, those two are getting along. That's nice.
Modern. Destroyed in the war, and it rebuilt itself. Good place for a fresh start. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with my life yet. One adjustment at a time.
Turns out you were right. The statues really were watching us.
Good to know. Anyway, it was good practice for the new world. Security cameras and smartphones.
What are you doing?
Got to stay vigilant.
Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Good to see you again, Rufus.
You too. Look us up next time you're in the Netherlands. We're grateful.
Of course. Hey, Virgil.
We meet again, my friend.
Good to see you, Virgil.
I wanted to thank you personally for getting us out of there.
Of course.
And for helping Rufus come to terms with himself. He may come off a little gruff, but once you get past that, he's a lovely fellow.
What are you
I'm
doing
studying
yourself?
to be an architect again, and living with Rufus in our beautiful flat in Rotterdam.
I think they
Just
might
down
be
the
together.
river from
That's cute.
Nijmegen, where I grew up. Of course, it's improved immensely since I was there last. Gleaming futuristic buildings
I've never been
and
to
clean
Rotterdam. I
streets,
do want to go.
full of educated, accepting people. You natives of the 21st century have no idea how fortunate you are.
It's good to see you again, Virgil.
You too. As Rufus said in his own laconic way, if you're ever in the Netherlands, we'd love to show you around. It's the least we could do.
I may just take you up on that. I'll see you around, boys. Hello.
We meet again.
Hi, Settler.
Oh, I go by Gabriella now. I didn't want to be reminded of that monster.
Now I'm
every
interested to see how
time I
this
heard
goes.
my
I wonder if she's going to
name.
be pissed about it.
And I wanted to say thanks, and no hard feelings, for leaving me in that cistern when you
Thank
did.
God.
I know it must have been a difficult decision, but it was the right one.
Thanks. I appreciate you saying that. What are you doing with yourself these
I'm
days?
living with Ulpius on a little vineyard in Umbria. It's even more wonderful than I dreamed it would be. I'm so grateful to you for making sure he's still with us. If you're ever passing through the region, I hope you'll come and visit us. You can try some of our very own wine.
I would love that. I might just do that. It's good to see you again,
Thanks.
Gabrielle.
You too.
Ulpius, my man.
Good to see you under better circumstances than last time.
Good to see you too,
I
Ulpius.
understand I have you to thank for sending Galerius to save my life. The way you just showed up out of the blue and stopped me from making a terrible mistake. I'll be forever in your
No,
debt.
don't say those words. You're not going to be in my debt. No more debt for you, Ulpius.
I'm
What are you
living
doing
with
yourself?
Gabriella in Umbria. We finally bought the little vineyard we always dreamed of.
Aww.
It'll be a little while before we know what we're doing, but every day I look at her and this extraordinary new world with all its beauty, and I think, what if I'd given up hope and missed out on all of this? So we're living each day to the fullest. And we end them all the same way, sitting together on our terrace with a glass of our wine, which the locals say is almost drinkable now, and watching the sunset over the rolling hillside.
Aww.
And I couldn't be happier.
I'm glad you're happy.
Thank you.
That's so sweet.
I wouldn't be here without you.
It's good to see you.
You too.
Yeah, my friends. What a great journey. Yeah, let's go talk to Al. I do.
There you are. I hope you enjoyed that.
I did.
Now, there's one more person I wanted to introduce you to. I think you know her.
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time.
I recognise that
Allow me
voice.
to introduce myself properly. I am Proserpina, former goddess of the cycle of life and renewal, and now a regular mortal. I wanted to meet you in person, and thank you for freeing all these people, and me.
Of course.
I hate to think what would have happened to us without your intervention.
You were whistling to me all along.
Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling the eyes and ears of each golden statue, I was able to control their tongues and whisper to you when he was distracted. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. There were only ever brief windows in which I could speak to you without being detected.
No, I understand. You did what you could. Thank you. You created the time loop,
I did.
though.
I may have given up my immortality, but I still retain my gifts as the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. After witnessing Pluto punish countless poor souls over thousands of years, I knew this generation, the final wave, would not survive. So I tried to give them a way to buy more time. A second chance. Rather, as many second chances as they needed to avoid his wrath. So I whispered to Sentius in secret, telling him the prayer required to create a portal in my shrine. I knew the danger of humans being corrupted by godly power, and so I put a safeguard in place. I
didn't work
required the
out very
creator
well.
of the portal to sacrifice their own life, so that it could only be used selflessly to help others. What I did not anticipate is that Sentius would retain his accumulated memories from each previous day, and as a veteran soldier, he had long since shed his fear of death. He quickly discovered that he could, in effect, prolong his own life indefinitely by exploiting the cycle. Of course, once I had taught him the prayer, I could not unteach him, and there was little I could do but wait for someone like you to come along and see him for what he was.
And I did.
We were all fortunate you came along when you did.
What became of Pluto?
I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him, and I rather hope it stays that way.
What became of Karen?
Oh, she inherited dominion over the underworld. Last time we spoke, she was working on a new world of some kind.
See, when I heard this,
she
I
didn't
thought
say what
sequel.
it was, but I'd be surprised if you don't run into her again. I imagine we all will, one day.
It was nice meeting you.
And you, although it feels like I've known you forever. Oh, and one last thing. Do you remember all those golden statues scattered throughout the city?
I do.
Good, because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld and returned, none came close to achieving what you did. Hercules, Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
And that's us in the middle. Mad. Love it. There we go. We've done it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what a great game. It's very... it's not for everyone, and I get why, out of all the series I've done, it has not been viewed as highly. I get it, because there's no combat, it's quite slow, but I've really enjoyed playing it. And well done. Finally support these guys. I love that the photos are on the side. Nick, Alexander, John, as a team, you absolutely smashed it. I can't wait to see what you do next. Everything, story and dialogue wise in this game, were 10 out of 10, flawless. Obviously it wasn't the smoothest. There were a few glitches and stuff that I ran into, but that was more because just it's a lot of script and I completely understand. So I'm not too upset about the glitches. It looked great, sounded great, the soundtrack and the game, and these voice actors were very talented, did a stand-up job. I believe Dennis played multiple people, but they all did excellent. Full on respect that. What else? The combat did feel a bit like an addition because there was a little bit with the bow. It's cool that they included it, and I like that they tried to push themselves to include as many features as they could, but it was ridiculously easy once you got good with it. I mean, the bow was just incredibly powerful. Headshots, one shot, you could just kick them back, and I only died a few times, and that was because of my own stupidity. But the golden rule and getting through and dodging the golden arches, if there was a way to actually fight them and stuff like that, that would be really cool. Maybe if you wanted to get another ending where you fought as many of the Furies as you could, see if you can take them all down, then that would be really cool. Or something like that. I would have liked that. Or you could actually have a boss fight with the god. There's a lot of stuff that they could do. So I'm looking forward to whatever the next game is. I'll definitely be playing it. And the fact that this was made by a 3-person team, and had 3-person team and what was I going to say? Unsure, but 3-person team. The fact that this was made by a 3-person team is incredible, and made from a Skyrim mod. That's what I was going to say. Is just extra awesome. And these guys just smash it out the bag in every form of it, and I'm so glad that I got to show it off. I hope you've all enjoyed this journey because it's been one of my favourites, and like Life is Strange, a review will be on the way. I have a lot of stuff planned for YouTube coming out. I was just building on that and working it through. But I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. But no, I truly did love this game. We'll go to the end of the graphics, credits, and then move on. I'm going to turn this off. But yeah, that was all my thoughts. It's a quite a short game, but the fact that there's multiple endings and dialogues really stretched it out. And I loved that Galerius can do all of your tasks that you've been building up to. I think that's just such a smart idea, and I'm so glad they did that. But I hope that they keep making games because they're really good at it. They deserve all of this, and we're on to publishers and stuff. Just gonna see if there's anything at the end. But please do show your love to artists like this. I think they do a great job, or developers even, and they deserve to be showcased for it. I am going to, once the credits are done, say goodbye, and we're not going to raid. There's not enough people, I don't think, for me to warrant raiding. But thank you very much, Jen, for the raid. I very much appreciate that. I hope your after-stream stuff didn't go too badly, and anyone who came from Jen's stream, appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed hers, and then whatever you saw of mine. And I will be back potentially Monday. I'm unsure because it's my birthday on Monday, so I don't know if I will be going live because I'm going to London. But if I do, then you'll see me then. If not, I'll do a birthday stream on Tuesday, because I think that'll be fun. Okay, I think we're... oh, God. And anything else? And I don't know what the next story series is going to be. I'm looking forward to sorting it. Next week's going to be a bit of a mess because I'm going back to Chef, sadly, so I don't know my days and stuff like that are gonna just bear with me next week. But I'm looking forward to getting back to it. And we're on to special thanks to Go on Victoria, Epic Games. Why? Tom Holland. Why? What did Tom Holland do? Oh, they actually... wow. So the poems and stuff they heard, they actually translated it and stuff. Dedication. Marta Pierce, whose steadfast love and support made this game. Bless. Well played, guys. Well played, developers. So is that it? Yeah. Lovely, and then here's all their information if you're interested. And I highly recommend playing this for yourself, because if you haven't watched all of it, then you will there's a lot that you can uncover, a lot of extra achievements. But that is, if I show you Horizon, fucking Forgotten City at 40 out of 40 achievements and 1000 G, and we have completed it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much to anyone who's come by and watched it, and I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please consider dropping a follow and checking out some of the other series that I've done in the collections, and even going over to YouTube and doing that. And if you really loved it, join the Discord and talk to me there, as I'd always appreciate that. But until I see you next, stay noisy and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.